Welcome to the first ever edition of Nin-Pinions. Yes, that's what I'm naming this series. So, you know the drill, you've seen this before. People read Nintendo articles and give their opinions on it, and I want to do that because, a lot of people ask for my opinions on Nintendo-related stuff, and, a lot of the times I don't really do videos on them, so I feel this is the perfect opportunity to finally give people what they want. I'll try to do this series every so often, not extremely often, but at least, once every couple of weeks I'll do one of these. So, yeah, anyways, let's begin. From travelandleisure.com, Nintendo is building its first ever theme park in Japan. Well, first off, for a Nintendo theme park, if it ever came to the States, which I'm sure it will someday, heck to the yes, I'll go. Because, imagine a Nintendo theme park. I mean, seriously, that's like a dream come true for so many Nintendo fans. As if we needed another reason to heed to Japan. I'm reading the article now. News outlet Sankei is reporting that Nintendo and Universal Parks will open their first ever venture, a theme park featuring gamers' favorite worlds and characters, in Osaka, Japan, probably in 2020. Yeah, well, it's a theme park. Of course, it didn't take that long. Nintendo announced their plans to team up with Universal for a string of amusement parks in May of last year, promising imaginative attractions populated by Nintendo's famous characters, but details have been sparse. We now know they are hoping to complete the theme park to host crowds of game lovers visiting the country for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. Again, imagine a Nintendo theme park. I'm sure everyone would love that, like Mario rides and Zelda themed stuff, and it would be amazing. I'd really love that. I'd love to see something like this come to the U.S. and other countries because I'm sure many gamers around the world would love to see a Nintendo theme park. Seriously, it sounds like so much fun. Japan, you are so lucky because you get all the cool stuff. Seriously, Nintendo spoils you way too much. Anyways, next article. From MyNintendoNews.com, in Europe, Splatoon has sold over 1 million units. Nintendo announces that its unique shooter, Splatoon for Wii U, has sold through over 1 million units across Europe to date, bringing its total worldwide sales to over 3.5 million units, and firmly establishing this new innovative IP as one of the most popular games on Wii U. I mean, really, 3.5 million units, I'd say that's pretty good. But, Splatoon is a fun as hell game. I really should get back to playing that. I more get sucked into the online than the actual story mode. I'm on the final boss, by the way, on Splatoon. I can't beat that final boss. It's hard as hell, seriously. God, the story for Splatoon was pretty short, in my opinion. But, other than that, Splatoon is really fun. It's really different. I really like it. I especially love the online. It sucks me in. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy playing with friends when they join the game I'm in. And, it's a lot of fun. For the NX, I hope there's a Splatoon 2, which I'm more than sure that's going to happen, but, here's my suggestion to Nintendo. When you do make a Splatoon 2, if you ever do, which, again, I'm more than sure that's going to happen, make the story a little longer, please. It was a little too easy and a little too short, and I was a little disappointed. So, but don't change the online. That was a lot of fun. Anyways, next article. From NintendoEverything.com, Nintendo patent, handheld device with infrared camera / distance sensor. Since September 2014, Nintendo has been filing patent applications in Japan for a handheld device with infrared camera / distance sensor. These are now being published in the West as well. The first product is about how object / user's hand is detected, whereas the other ones are more about the concept. The third is also similar to the second patent, but emphasizes how gestures / distance can trigger vibration and sound output. Infrared camera and distance sensor, gesture recognition, and distance measuring are all part of the patents. One example even includes a projector and GPS receiver. Could this very well be Nintendo's next handheld? Maybe. It could happen, and, I'm really looking forward to see what the final result is going to be, because it sounds really, really interesting. I mean, imagine how AR games are going to be on this. I mean, really, it'll be really cool. It could sense your hand. It has an infrared camera, and it has all this cool stuff. And I'm really looking forward to see what this is going to be. So hopefully, this will be something very, very exciting. Next article. And from GameInformer.com, Nintendo explains why SNES games will only run on new 3DS. Last week, we reported on Nintendo's announcement that some Super NES games are finally coming to the 3DS, and further discussed our disappointment that older units aren't in line to receive the new feature. We reached out to Nintendo regarding the decision to only include the new 3DS in the SNES experience, and today Nintendo has provided us with additional details. Here is their quote. As previously announced, new Nintendo 3DS has an improved CPU, which enables Super NES games to run on the system with quality results. Game Informer was told by a Nintendo representative, quote, "The Super NES games include perfect pixel mode, which allows players to see their games in their original TV resolution and aspect resolution," end quote. The clarification indicates that older 3DS units aren't up to the task of rendering Super NES games at an appropriate quality level for Nintendo standards. That clarification is still likely to trouble the millions of players who don't own one of the newer units, but hungry to play older games like Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, and Super Metroid. Emulators. But yeah, this is what I've been saying since pretty much the beginning. Ever since people have been complaining about Super NES games not being on the 3DS, because older 3DS units, it can't render those games. Nintendo just explained it right here, and people like me have been saying this all along. The older 3DS units can't handle it. I've been saying this before the new 3DS even came out, and I said this on Miiverse, and I got some people pissed at me, let me tell you. But now, look, I was proven right. Wow. So, yeah, this should be no surprise to anyone with a functioning brain. So, yeah, to those who don't own a newer 3DS model and a Wii U, just get an emulator. Really, if you really want to play those games and you don't want to spend a lot of money, get an emulator. A simple solution, right? Well, again, a lot of people don't like using their brains, so, yeah. So that was the first edition of Nin-Pinions, with many, many more to come. So yeah, all feedback is appreciated, and yeah, anyways, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.